All right, everybody, we have been telling you all morning long we were going to have the priest of the street. He was going to be our special guest, and he is here on the Bigday Morning Show hotline. What's up, Dooney?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey, yeah, man. How you doing, man?
Man, it's all good, man. Hey, Barackin It.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we called him back on the show. We wanted him to be back on the show because he has a brand new video and a new single. It's called Barackin It. And, man, we've been baracking it on this show, too. So, yeah. And he has over 21,000 views at YouTube. You want to see it? Just go to youtube.com. Just type in Dooney and Barackin It, and it'll take you right there. But we brought him on the show for this reason. We've had a lot of positive comments about this, and we've had some negative comments on YouTube. And I wanted to talk to Dooney about it. But before we get to that, man, where did the idea for Barackin It come about?
The idea basically, it came from, man, about 2 or 3 years ago. God gave me the idea, man, when I was looking at YouTube, and I seen Barack come out on, President Barack come out on Ellen DeGeneres show, and he was doing a little dance, his little swag or whatever.
Right.
And I said to myself, you know what, Dallas is known for making up dances, so I'm going to take that, and I'm going to get one of these little dancers down here, which is when you see the video, you'll see my man in the front, his name Corey. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going to get with Corey, I'm going to get him to put a little swag to it, because, you know, I'm kind of old school, I'm an OG, so I don't really dance a lot.
Right.
But I'm going to get one of these little young cat with that young blood in them, man, to make up a dance. And basically what I wanted to do, man, is I wanted to release it at this particular time right before the election. So It was all strategically planned. So it wasn't by accident that I released it at this particular time. I mean, I knew what I was doing. Right. I wrote the song about a year ago, and I've been just holding on to it, man, and waited till the right time to release it. And what I'm trying to do, the whole purpose of the song is just basically to bring awareness in the urban community of exercising their rights to vote, man, and get them aware of politics, because especially as Christians, man, I really believe we need to play a part in politics as well.
Absolutely.
And letting our voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know about the dirty part of politics, but I know when it comes to letting our voice be heard, you know, we need to play a big, very important role in that, man.
Yeah, definitely. We're talking to Dooney right here on the Bigday Morning Show. Hey, let me ask you this now. Somebody had mentioned to me about the video and the song that it wasn't a Christian song, because, you know, we know you're a Christian, you're a priest and the whole nine, but what do you say to that when somebody says, well, that's not a Christian song, why is he doing something like that? And
I'm glad you asked me that, man, because, you know, one thing about God with me, man, he always give me songs that's outside the box. And it's almost to the point where I don't even really want to be labeled as a Christian rapper, because that put a box or a stigma on gospel rappers. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't want us to jump outside the box. They just want us to stay within a box. Right. But God, man, what God does, you can't put God in a box, man. So that's right. What I would rather be called, just to let everybody know, man, I would rather be called an artist that love God. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, that way it won't put me in a little box, man, because this song is not a gospel song. It has nothing to do with the gospel per se. Right. But at the same time, it's playing in a biblical role. It's playing a part of social issues and community issues. And I believe that Jesus was here today, he will play a very big role in the community issues and social issues that's going on in today's society. So it still has a biblical role to it. Now, whether people just labeling me saying, hey, man, it's not a gospel song, but I got plenty of gospel music for them. All they have to do is look me up, and they will find plenty gospel music. But at the same time, just like I wrote Pull Your Pants Up, there's certain things that needs to be dealt with from a social issue, from a community issue, man. Right. And like when I did Pull Your Pants Up, I'm dealing with saggy pants in our communities, man, so that needs to be dealt with. But that's my answer to that, man. My rebuttal is I'm someone that loves God, man. I love the gospel. I preach the gospel, but I'm an artist as well. So some things I might write it's going to be outside the box of what you call Christianity.
We're talking to Dooney right here on the Bigday Morning Show, and we're discussing that new single. It's called Barackin It. And I want to ask you about the YouTube thing now. On YouTube, I noticed there's some messages. Let's go with the positive messages. One said that this song is a positive message and something other than the Obama shuffle. Love it, thanks. And somebody else said they're loving it and supporting it 100%. Then you have somebody said, let's not feed ignorance and stay focused on the purpose. Barack Obama for president. That was from Big Fro. That's what Named Big Bro.
Yeah.
Big Fro. Yeah, and he said that. Yeah. Big Fro is Barackin It, seriously. But then there was a negative comment.
I think Big Fro was, if you look at the text, he was saying at somebody. He was trying to get at somebody that was really bashing the whole movement of what we was doing.
Right.
And they was going back and forth in those comments.
Right.
So he was, then he just said at the end, let's not feed into ignorance, because, it kind of got him out of character when they was going back and forth with their comments.
Right. And he was talking to hater drinking haterade. Wow.
That's what he was talking to.
Yeah.
Making haterade. Yeah. So you're gonna get that, man. I mean, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Once this thing blow and go viral, man, I mean, you got so many GOP Republicans, and you got so many people on the other side, man, that don't really like the Barack Obama camp.
Right.
Where you're gonna see a whole lot of dislikes in a minute, man. So one thing about it is you're gonna have a whole lot of likes as well. And that comes with it, man. Whenever you're trying to do something to stir up something, man, you're gonna stir up controversy, you're gonna stir up dislikes, and you're gonna stir up likes as well. So that comes with the territory, man. And if you're not as a leader, as someone that's trying to make an impact on your community and get involved in what's going on in your community, if you're not ready for criticism, then you're not ready to do what God has truly called you to do, because it comes with criticism. Come on.
And my thing is always this, is when it comes to politics, let me tell you something. If you're not out there and getting a vote, no matter who you're voting for, you don't have a say on anything. Because you're not trying to do anything positive for the community or whatever. It is our God-given right to go and vote, and people lived and died just so that we could have the opportunity to vote. So I'm with you on that. I feel you on that. Now, Curly, do you have any questions for Dooney?
Yeah. Now, it's interesting that we were talking about the people that making statements and saying, well, this is not gospel. This is not. Now, and I've always had an issue with this when it comes to gospel artists, not against the artists themselves. Now, okay, yes, we are Christian artists. We are artists who love God. We sing about God. We give God praise and worship in our music. But every single thing that comes out of our mouth does not have to be spiritual. Mm-hmm. And I hope people don't misunderstand me by saying what I'm saying. But see, sometimes you have even gospel artists, sometimes they do inspirational songs.
Right.
And an inspirational song is not a gospel song. And this is where people get caught up. Like Mary, they did I'm Walking. I'm Walking is the bomb. It's an excellent song. But it's not a gospel song. Mm-hmm. But you listen to it and it inspires you. It's an inspirational song. There is nothing wrong with an inspirational song. I'll give you another example. Dooney, you did a song called Ghetto Superstar.
Yeah.
Now, people would easily say, well, that's not a gospel song. And it's not. But if you listen to the lyrics, especially if you've been through that situation, you grew up in the ghetto and it seemed like it was a hopeless situation, but you came up and you came out. It's an inspirational song. And see, sometimes you have to give inspirational words, because see, even Jesus would he would feed people before he preached to them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you have to get their attention before you start reaching for their soul.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people miss that importance. They miss that. And see, as artists, we have to grab people's attention. They might like the music, and they may not be listening to the words.
Yeah.
But if the music captures their attention, and then all of a sudden they're being blessed by what they hear, then you started something. You planted a seed. And we're supposed to be seed planters.
That's right.
That's it.
First and foremost, we're supposed to be seed planters. So, I mean, I applaud you, man, because the first thing, when I saw the video, I was thinking, man, oh my God, this is off the chain. Number one, it's not, how often do you hear a gospel artist that's associated with a dance?
Come on.
And in this particular case, it's a dance that that has a political message, and it's also sending the message out to go and support political issues. In other words, get out and vote.
Yeah.
Support your, And so that is important, and a lot of people miss that, man. I applaud you for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. One thing this song is going to do, like I tell some people in some interview, that it's going to inspire you to either vote with Barack Obama or against him. Because it should inspire those that don't like the camp or don't like what he stands for to go vote against him. What I'm trying to do is just inspire people to exercise their rights to vote. Now, it's very obvious who I'm voting for, but I'm saying, I'm not making no one vote for Barack Obama. This is just how I feel about a certain issue, and I feel like we need to get more involved in politics, man. And like I said, if you for another candidate, then go for it, because this should inspire you to go and vote for your candidate. But at the same time, this is how I felt. This is where I felt, and this is where I'm at this particular moment in my life. But I believe Christians, especially the Christian community, we need to get out and exercise our rights to vote, especially blacks and Hispanics and people that your ancestors fought for this very, very purpose and this very reason, and to allow you to be able to vote, because close to 100 years ago, we wasn't even allowed to vote. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So now we can vote, so go exercise that right, because those people died for that, and if they was living today, they would love to exercise their rights to vote.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. My aunt, she was back in the day doing the civil rights movement, right? And she told me a story one time, because, when I was in college, I came home and, visited my grandparents and everything, and my aunt lived next door. And I happened to bring, a girl home who was not black, okay? And my aunt had an issue with it, but she was, very respectful. And she told me, can you come in here in the room for a minute? And I said, okay. So I went in the room with her, and she told me why she didn't want this particular girl in her home, because she had saw her mother get spit on the bus. And it stuck with her. So when Barack actually won and became president, she broke down and cried, because she said she never thought that this day would happen, that we would ever have a black president, or that black people would have a say. So
also, I don't mean to cut you off, but that's going to be a serious issue that I'm going to have to deal with as well, as I can continue to do interviews with certain type of people that want to interview me, because that's the first question that's going to come up. Well, you're voting for him just because he's black. Well, just to be real with you, that's one of the reasons why I'm voting for him. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I would admit that, because he is black, but there's other reasons why I'm voting for him, because of the simple fact that he's qualified to be a president. I mean, he knows the system. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Do I agree with everything he's doing? No. There's certain things I disagree with. But I think there's more things that I disagree with on the other party's side. There's more things that I disagree with. But at the same time, that's getting into too deep of the politics part. But what I'm saying is, I said all that to say this, that, because he's black, that's one of the reasons why I voted for him. That's not the only reason why I voted for him.
Well, let me tell you this, and then I know you got to go, because you're a busy man running his businesses. Dooney got about 5 businesses, y'all. He is true to what he do, and he does a lot for the community as well. But I want to say this, and I want to voice this, because I know my brother-in-law is going to be listening, and he calls me. He said, "You're just a Democrat," and that's the first thing that comes out of his mouth. Listen, I want you to hear me closely. I'm not a Democrat. I've never been. I've always voted Republican. But when it was time to vote for Barack, okay, there was 2 issues that I had, or two things that I wanted to do. Because he was black, like you said, number 1, I'm black. So I was going to vote because it was time, number 1. Number 2, McCain and Palin was not qualified to me, especially Palin. Okay, so here I am, a Republican, and I'm like, I don't even know my own nominees, because Palin was not qualified. And if McCain is old, and I'm just being real, McCain is old. If something happened to him, she becomes president. She cannot run the United States of America. She couldn't run Alaska.
That's it.
She was too busy looking off her back porch, looking over into Russia. But anyway, so that was a big factor in my voting. Now, did I like some of the things that he stands for, Barack? No, I didn't. But at the same time, I knew that a precedent had to be set, and this was the time to do it if it was ever going to be set. And we don't know. We might not ever have another black president. So
we might not have it.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So
you know what? I agree with you on not voting for him because of being Democrat. Because I always considered myself a Democrat. Now I don't. I believe that whoever the best candidate is the one that should be voted for.
Right.
So I call myself a Republican.
Republican.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
You know.
Yeah. So that was that. Listen, when it's time to go and vote, you go and vote for the most qualified person. I'm telling you that right now. And it doesn't matter your affiliation, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent. Vote for the most qualified. And
that's it.
And that's what we need to do.
That meets your standards. That meets your standards. What are your standards of him being qualified or them being qualified as president? Whatever your standard is, that's who you go vote for. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at. And that's one of the reasons why I wrote the song and did the song. And I know it's going to stir up some things, and especially in the religious community. That's what I wanted to do, because we need to get more involved. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of Anglo Christians that's really involved, as well as black churches and urban churches and things like that. We need to get way more involved and letting our voice be heard in the Christian community.
Absolutely. And we need, instead of talking about it, we need to pray about it, saints. We need to pray about it. Because whoever the president is, regardless of their affiliation, they need prayer, because they're making major decisions. The United States is the leader of the free world. And so the decisions we make here affects people in other countries. So go and vote. And we wanted to get that out to you right here on the Bigday Morning Show. Dooney, thank you for coming by the Bigday Morning Show once again and explaining what's going on with Barackin It. Much success to you. Much success on YouTube with the video. Hey, let's make it 1 million hits and make it do what it do.
That's what's up, man. So just thank y'all for having me on the show, man. Y'all be blessed, man, and continuously, let's push this movement, man. And everybody, y'all go to the YouTube, check it out. Barackin It, Dooney, you know what I'm saying? Look it up. It's a YouTube sensation, man. And y'all be blessed. Y'all pray for me, and let's pray for the president.
Here's Dooney. Yeah, here's Dooney. Barackin It right here on the Bigday Morning Show.
Let's go. Barackin It. Barackin It.
So grab your coffee and your keys and let's go while you ride to work with the Bigday Morning Show.